welcome to the Connected Growth Coaching Podcast, where we support women to rediscover who they are so they can thrive in all parts of their lives. Your hosts, Jen Heilman and Amanda Kingsley, share with you unique life coaching resources centered around the power of the mind and the ancient practice of Feng Shui. And start podcasting.
Hey, friends.
All right. So we're going to talk this week about spring cleaning and how you can infuse your spring cleaning or create a practice of spring cleaning.
Right.
Infuse your spring cleaning with Feng Shui.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why not?
Right.
The seasons are shifting. You're putting gear away. You're taking out new things. You're cleaning up your yard. Why not? Because we talk all the time about intention, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it's all about intention. So why not bring more intention to your spring cleaning?
Right.
And more joy and more passion and purpose by adding in some Feng Shui.
I know. I love that. So what comes to mind just first and foremost is that sometimes when we get cleaning, right? I know that this comes up for me and I know it comes up for other women because we've talked about it, that we start to get a little like angry, right? Like when you're cleaning, you're like, oh, like how come I got to do this or whatever, your brain starts to spin out, right? And so just to bring in a little life coaching, right? To be, to notice that, to be aware of that why am I angry right now? Like as I'm like going through and I'm dusting or I'm, tackling this, pile of clutter or something. Why am I so angry right now? And just notice it and, calm yourself back down. Right. Yeah. And like, just figure out why am I angry? And is it a realistic thing? Like what is the circumstance? Like, I mean, you're the master of the life coaching, but what is the circumstance that's actually happening, and is the feeling that's associated and the thought that's associated?
Right. Like, okay, what's actually happening is that I'm cleaning the windows in the home that I own or that I rent and have the blessing of living in this safe community, in this arguably safe country. So yeah, it's like, what's really happening here? Oh, what's really happening is that I get to clean my windows.
Right.
Not so much that I have to.
Right.
So there's two pieces. There's that for me. There's like gratitude and get to, right? Like, what is really happening here? I have a family to be angry at for not helping out. Right. I have this beautiful home. I have this community that I care about, cleaning up my yard for, whatever the things are. So there's the get to piece. But then there's also the piece of like, if you absolutely hate it, just let it be. Like, don't judge yourself for hating it. Don't judge yourself for getting annoyed. Just like do it anyway. Right. Because it's going to feel amazing at the end. So focus on the end point. Right. Like, even though I hate doing this, even though I wish my family was helping me, it's going to be amazing when it's done. And focus on that. Because like, I think sometimes we get too, like, how can I make this amazing?
Well, what also comes to mind is like, I think you brought up a good point, was that the whole family and the support, or, your spouse supporting you or your roommates supporting you. Like, why am I the only one that ever does this, and that sort of thing. And that is also, just a thought pattern. Like,
it is.
You could actually ask your family to participate, and why have you not? Like, have you asked, and are they like flat out not participating, or could they be doing something else that, I mean, you're not going to ask your 2-year-old to like wash the windows, but like, I might. But a 4-year-old can go around and pick up their toys, so like, what is it? Why? If you're in that mode, right?
Yeah. Such a good point. Like, am I getting upset without having even asked for or stated what I need? Exactly. Right? Like, am I choosing to get upset before I've even given them the opportunity to help?
Right. Exactly. You're just assuming that they're going to not want to participate, or they're not capable of participating. Right. So it's more wrapped up in like, what's going on with you and what are you feeling? And, what comes to mind is the, this perfectionism, right? Like they're not going to do it right, so I have to do it myself, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So anyways,
or it's just easier to do it myself.
Do it myself.
To tell people what to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, what is that saying about you? Are you not, giving yourself enough credit for being able to for being smart enough, right? Because you are, to delegate this sort of thing, right? So like it brings up a lot of stuff. So anyways, if you do find yourself getting angry or having some heavy feelings around the cleanup, it's because you're actually stirring things up, energetically.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. That's true. And I actually like playing music for that reason. Like if I'm in like cleaning zone, if I'm like, today's spring cleaning day, like cranking up the tunes helps shift that energy that you're like stirring up, right? So like true. You're stirring up all this energy. Where's it going to go?
Right.
Open the windows, like really move that. So like music definitely helps me when I'm spring cleaning.
Anytime you're shifting up energy, whether you're trying to change like a pattern, whether you're trying to change a habit, introducing something new, like music is really helpful. I'm just thinking about, trying to get a grip on my nutrition and cutting back on drinking and all that kind of stuff. And for me, when I get home, it has been part of my, I know we're getting off topic here of like spring cleaning, but
we always get off topic.
It'll come back around. But, coming home at the end of the day, my parents always, they were both school teachers, and they would come home and they would make themselves a drink, just one drink, and they would talk for a little bit, and it was part of a ritual kind of thing, just like coffee in the morning. And that's the way I grew up. And so as I got into that like world of, career and family and coming home and all that stuff, it was part of my ritual. And when I started to want to break that, right, when alcohol didn't feel like it was serving me anymore, I wanted to break it up. And what helped me do that at the end of the day was, instead of, having a drink, I would pour myself like some seltzer water in like a fancy glass, and I would put on some music, and it would help me
create
unwind
a new pattern,
right? To shift myself out of that, because I didn't need the alcohol to help me unwind. In fact, it made me tired, and it made me actually more irritable because I was tired, right? Instead of doing the opposite, which is supposed to relax me and calm me down, right? So anyways, I love the idea of bringing music in anytime you're trying to shift something or doing something new. Even like in meditation, if you're trying a new practice in meditation, why not bring in some meditative music that like sets the mood and, doing stuff like that. So anyways,
we should I'm not a playlist person. I like listen to other people's playlists because I love music, but I'm not like so good at like finding music that I love.
Me too.
But like that would be a really fun playlist, like spring cleaning playlist.
I love that. Yes, I love that. That's a great idea. There probably is.
There probably is. We should look for it. So what are like the common spring cleaning tasks? There's like yard work, washing windows, switching out gear, like that kind of like deep clean, like cleaning the bookshelves and getting them all off, and like that kind of like deep clean. So like my thing from a life coaching perspective, and then Jen can share from like from SHWAY perspective, would be like make a list of your tasks, right? And like create some kind of mantra or statement or like intentional, purposeful, like saying regarding that, right? Like, so you're clearing the windows. It might be like welcoming in the opportunity to see things clearer in my life, right? Like I'm literally, we're looking at my windows, but literally like clearing the path so I can see clearer in my life. Like it sounds silly, but it's so powerful because then you go back and you look out that window and you just like, sorry, bring attention to that, like seeing clearer in your life. So if it was like deep cleaning the fridge or the cupboards, right? Like clearing out what no longer serves me. Like I am clearing out what no longer serves me. So you can either just clean your cabinets or your fridge and like do the task of it, or you can do it with some intention. Like, I am clearing out what no longer serves me to make room for what will serve me.
I'm back. I was under the table. And the back.
Jen's hanging under the table with the dog. But like yard work, right? Like yard work for a lot of people. Jen talks all the time about like welcoming the world into your space, like welcoming opportunity, clearing the way. So like what kind of, right, make a list of all your tasks and then set some purposeful intention.
Yes,
like I'm like cleaning up my yard to welcome a new opportunity or whatever it is.
Right, but, exactly. I was telling Amanda earlier that last weekend was devoted to burning brush, because we live in the hills, and that's, you know, we had a couple trees come down in some serious windstorms, and so we've been clearing all of that mess. And so it was in this huge pile in the corner of our yard, and it was in the love area of our yard, right? Because you can lay the Bagua map out. If you've been listening to us for a while, you know a little bit about feng shui, and you can lay.
And if not, we always have the Bagua map blog post on all of our podcasts.
Yes. So you can lay the Bagua map out over your house, of course, over a room, over a desk, but you can also lay it out over the entire property. And so I just found it really interesting, knowing my patterns and all of that stuff, that we chose the love corner of our yard to pile all of this debris. So as we were, you know, burning it up, I was really intentionally, you know, like clearing that out, you know, like why, you know, what's going on in this, you know, world of love and relationships in my life, you know, and like just cleansing it with the smoke and just intentionally like cleansing it. You don't have to do something totally specific, you know, like Amanda said, though I really recommend that. For me, it was just like accessing clarity and, you know, clearing it out for the new season, that sort of
thing. And just being aware of what space, hi mom, what space am I cleaning and where is it in the Bagua map? Like just, it just like brings this intention, it brings this meaning and this purpose to it.
Right. And when you're,
you know just happened when you were talking about that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You probably realized this before, but I never have. I was like, oh, what's the love area of my yard? And I was like, oh my God, it's missing. It's missing just too. Like my house. Okay. So it's like my property goes like this and then cuts off. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's what my property looks like. There's no love area, even in my property. I've like never thought about that before. You just That's crazy.
Right, exactly.
So just being aware of like, what space am I cleaning? If it is the fridge, like what part of my home am I in? If it is like a bookshelf that you needed to go through or whatever. Like
and noticing
where am I?
The intensity, right? Like if we're talking about the feelings that come up as you're cleaning, that's another point of awareness, is that if you are cleaning out like the fridge, like in your wealth area, and your feelings, you know, of anger or resentment
are more intense.
Oh,
yeah, interesting.
Right? Like what's going on there. So like it's a process of like working through those emotions. And that's why we work with feng shui so much, because it is a way to release those emotions and those feelings in a really not easy way, but like a positive way, rather than like diving back into them, you know, with years of therapy. It's just another way of like releasing that energy within you.
And I would notice too, if I'm spring cleaning, right? Like where are the places in my house that gather clutter?
Yeah.
Like where is there always a clutter pile? Mm-hmm. And why? Like why is this always the spot that builds up like a ton of grime and dust and paperwork and like whatever, and just like sort of ask that, clean my closet. Yeah, it feels so good. Right. Like, and you just, every time you open it, you're like,
it feels so much better.
And we know that is of course because it just feels good to have clean spaces, but also like you changed out all that energy. You like moved things and opened up new space in your life. Like you like bring attention to like things that are meaningful to you.
Right. And letting go of the old things that aren't serving you anymore.
Yeah. And it brings up a lot of gratitude, right? Like maybe if you're cleaning a bookshelf, you're like, refrigerator is next. Yeah, you want to clean mine too, Mom?
Come to my house.
Bookshelves, like another place where like you can be doing that work and going like, which of these books did I never finish? Maybe I could finish them. Which of these books they're no longer a piece of who I am, and like I'm ready to pass them on. Which of these books are ready for a reread? Which of these? So just like bringing more intention to your spring cleaning than just like, oh, she said she'd come clean my fridge.
Yay!
Bringing more intention than just like, I got to do this to get it done. I'm supposed to spring clean, so I'm going to get it done. It's like, how can I make this like meaningful and purposeful and even more effective? Like, and just like, it could just be one statement that you use for all of it. Like, making,
out with the old and with the new.
Exactly. Cleaning new, like welcoming in new energy.
Like, welcoming new opportunities.
Releasing what no longer works. Whatever it is, like what is the thing you want to do in your life? Like, set that intention for your whole space.
Yeah. What do you want to shift right now? You know, and just come up with something really simple. And just be thinking it over and over in your head. You don't have to say it out loud, you know, if you feel a little funny saying things like, you know, doing that and saying it out loud, you know, just repeating it over and over in your head. And I think it's
and just set the intention once and then go do the cleaning.
Like, yeah, that's true.
And then
too.
You can close it too, right? Like set the intention once, do the cleaning, and then set the intention again and move on. You could even like do some, you know, like a simple ritual of lighting a candle before you start, you know, setting the tone with some music, you know, lighting a candle, even writing out what the intention is with next to the candle. And then as you close it out, you know, blowing out the candle or burning the intention and, you know, in a safe way. I have a feng shui question for like the outdoor, like landscaping, for people who are doing like spring cleanup. That's like, oh, my mom was just talking about raking leaves, like that kind of stuff. But then when we're thinking more about how are we going to bloom this space, right? Coming into spring and summer. What are some landscaping things people can think of if they want to add new landscaping or like tell us some feng shui things that are good for landscaping?
I mean, I think that you can use the landscaping as another reflection of, you know, the bagua, like I was talking about the brush piling up in my love area. And it's another way of like having that awareness of like you came up with, and just honoring that and doing the cleanup according to that, you know, and I think that just like cleaning your closet, like raking out the leaves and opening up that energy, it's just really healing to.
Is there any like? I guess I was thinking more like there's certain plants that are better, certain shrubs that are better.
You know, I mean, when you're clean, you know, we talk a lot about like how you're showing up in the world and presenting yourself. So if you have shrubs that are overgrown, you know, or are damaged or anything like that, like really, you know, taking notice of that and cleaning that stuff up. You know, I don't know about plants. You could focus on the bagua and the colors.
I know,
of the
I was
bagua.
Wondering that about colors.
Right. Yeah. You could bring in the colors of the bagua into your space, or into your yard. I don't know if I would get that crazy about it. I mean, if you're a gardener and you love this sort of thing, then be mindful of it. But you could.
I was thinking like, does a rose bush make sense on either side of your doorway, or is that like spiky, pokey,
you don't want that.
Like don't come in? That's kind of what I meant.
Okay,
like,
so
like anything with thorns, like you don't want that in your entryway, because you're kind of saying like it's dangerous. It's pretty here, but it's dangerous. Like you might get hurt if you come in to my space, right?
Exactly.
Like you're kind of like sending those messages, like. So a good place for thorns, right, would be like if you have raspberry bushes or rose bushes, like would only really be the fame area. Right? I mean, don't go crazy.
Right.
But like if you're planting new stuff, like take that into consideration.
Absolutely. Because every time you look at it, you're going to think of that, you know, consciously or subconsciously as you, you know, enjoy those new things coming into your life. Yeah. So, I mean, I think more than even landscaping, you can use landscaping to like help guide people to you,
right.
clear
paths.
Yep, clear paths, signage. It goes beyond just the plantings and stuff. Plantings are definitely welcoming and appealing to people, and so that's another way to bring them in. But also, I love the idea of in the summertime when you have like a voided area in your house.
Apparently,
right?
I have in my yard and my house.
Right. So you really amp up your deck area because that is where your love area actually would be, was in that outdoor space. And so you spend a lot of time, creating a really like kind of an outdoor living room that has the color pink and brings in a lot of love and sort of that sort of thing. So I think it's a really great opportunity to create those spaces in a really meaningful way to kind of fill in that void. So I just,
kind of cool. Like if you're missing a certain part of the bagua in your home, like just bring that intention to it in your yard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like boost it up, give it some extra love.
Right. Just like you can do if you have the missing love area in your house, you can, bring it into your bedroom, right? And boost it up in your bedroom. You can do the same thing in the outdoor world.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, have fun spring cleaning. Tell us how it goes. Take before and after pictures.
That would be great. I love that. Yeah.
And if you take before and after pictures of your spring cleaning, maybe we'll give you some words of wisdom about what shifts we see that you can make or bring attention to.
Perfect.
That would be fun. We love it when you send us messages and interact in a way that we can be of even more support to you. So that's it for this week. Have fun spring cleaning.
All right. See ya.
Bye. As always, thanks for listening. If you learned something today that can help the people in your circle, please help us get the word out by sharing. When you leave us a rating and review on iTunes, it not only warms our hearts, but it helps people find us. We are eternally grateful for your support, and we're looking forward to connecting with you next week. Until then, you can find the show notes at www.connectedgrowthcoaching.com. You can grab your journal and then get your SHWAY on.